Hello class, this is Mr. Neugebauer again. We're going to be going over cube roots today. If you want to turn your note page to page 73, this is actually still section 1.8. This video is going to be 1.8 part B. So before you had previously with Miss Neely on the other page talked about square roots, okay? Now we're going to actually take a look at what we call cube roots over here. And in the same way, when you say a number is squared, and that number times that same number to get you something, and you just talked about perfect squares, a cube, anytime we talk about a number being cubed, it's that same number, not twice like a square, but instead 3 times. That's where we right here see x to the third power. Let me zoom that in a little bit. Oops, wrong way. So we see x to the third power right there. So that is a number being cubed, where a cube root basically goes in the reverse, saying instead of a number times itself 3 times, we're saying we have a bigger number and we want to go backwards and find out what that smaller number is. So a cube root basically says what number times that same number 3 times will get us somewhere. So a cube root of a number is one of its 3 equal parts, okay? 3 equal parts. That's the key thing to remember cube roots. So perfect cubes, just like perfect squares exist, perfect cubes is a number such as 8. Because we can take the number 8 and we can actually cube root it. Which would kind of look like this. You have the radical, just like before. And right now, if I had the 8 inside, that would be the square root of 8. But I don't want to take a square root. I want to take a cube root. So I'm going to have a little 3 right there. Just like you have a little 3 when it's to the third power. A cube root is basically just a little 3 right there, which is going to tell me, hey, 8, how do I get to 8? How can I take a number multiplied by itself 3 times and get to 8? Where we look down here and we see if we take 2 times 2 we get to 4, times another 2 we get to 8. So the cube root of 8 is 2, because 2 to the third power gets me back to 8. Alright? Though we wouldn't really want that there. So other perfect cubes are 27, because 3 times 3 times 3 will get us 27, 3 to the third power. Because 3 times 3 is 9, and then 9 times 3 is 27. Another perfect cube would be 64, because 4 times 4 is 16, and then 16 times 4 gets me to 64. It says the symbol right here, we just went over. If you want to read through this, you can, but basically we've already explained all that. If you want to stop the video and read, you can, but if not, we're kind of ready to move on with everything I explained. So let's take a look at how this actually works. How can we find these? Here we have the cube root of 125. So we got to think. I need one number multiplied by itself 3 times to get to 125. Well, we see here that equals 5. 5 to the third power means 5 times 5 times 5 gets me to 125. Now, what if you didn't have this example here? How would you find that? Well, you pretty much need a calculator for this, or you have to be some type of absolute math genius kind of to be able to figure these out. But if you use this calculator here, some of you have this one. The cube root button is right above the squared button. If you look here, you can see the squared button is right next to the 7, and then above it, the little up arrow, right here where your exponent button is, you just have to hit second, and then hit that, and you'll have a little cube root sign. So what you have to do first with this one is you actually need to say, hey, I want a cube root, so it's a 3. Second, that, and my number is maybe 125, so I type 125, hit enter, and I get 5. Okay? I know some of you have this calculator here, so in the same idea, except this one, your square root button is right there, which Miss Neely taught you. The cube root button is actually right above it, kind of in gold, and then to get to the gold, it's the little shift, because it's gold right here. You would actually hit shift and then hit that button, and it actually makes the 3 for you on that calculator. Then you just type in the number 125, hit equals, and you get 5. Okay? So those are the two kind of calculators you guys have the most. That's how you get cube roots. Another example of a cube root, if you look right here, is negative 27. So negative 27, what number times itself 3 times gives me negative 27? Well, negative 3. Because that's taking negative 3 3 different times. So negative 3 times a negative 3 will actually get me a positive 9. But my answer, but I need to get to a negative 27. Well, a 9 then times the other negative 3 will actually get me to negative 27. Because a positive times a negative is a negative. Right? So I'm going to do one with you here. I'm going to use this calculator here. So you have 3 right there. That tells me cube root of 729. So I'm going to hit a 3. Second, and a little up arrow, so I can get to the blue part there. So I'm taking the cube root of 729. Hit enter. I find out it's 9. So equals 9. I now want you to stop the video and do I and J out to the side by yourself right now. So go ahead and stop the video and get those answers. Make sure you know how to use your calculator. Okay, you've now hopefully stopped the video and worked that out. Let's look at example 8 over here. Okay. Example 8 says, Dylan has a planter in the shape of a cube that holds 8 cubic feet of potting soil. Solve the equation 8 equals S to the third power to find the inside length of S of the container. S, of course, meaning side. So remember, a cube is basically like a three-dimensional square. I'm going to actually try to draw here. I'm no art teacher, so wish me luck. So a cube would look something like this. I can make it three-dimensional. So hey, that's pretty good for me. So we have a cube. You're putting soil in it. What do we know? We know each of the sides multiplied by itself 3 times will get us to 8. So the question is, how long is each one of those sides? Well, we know that the volume of a rectangular prism is length times width times height. Okay? We also know a cube is a special type of rectangular prism where volume will simply equal the side to the third power. Because for a cube, the length, width, and height are all the same amount. So these will all be the same number for a cube. So that's why it's S to the third power, because it's going to be 1, 2, 3 numbers to the third power. So 1, 2, 3 numbers, that's where we get the 3 from. It's all going to be the same. So how can we solve this? Well, we know it's going to equal 8. This is where cube roots come in handy. Because we can look at, what 3 times will get me to 8. So we can actually use a cube root of 8 to find out what that will be. So we take our calculator, cube root of 8. We put in the 3, then hit second, up arrow, 8, hit enter, you get 2. You find out each side is 2. Now always remember with word problems, you need to have your units. What are my units? It says cubic feet, so it should be 2 feet cubed. Or actually, it's just a length, so 2 feet. That would be your answer, okay? One more example. All right, here. Turn the page. They got it. It says an aquarium in the shape of a cube. Once again, cube. Think of your formula. You have V volume equals the side length to the third power cubed. So it says an aquarium in the shape of a cube holds 25 gallons. Let's see if we can zoom that in. There we go. Oh yeah, much better. Sorry guys, I'm moving this all around on you. Just want you to be able to see it well. Okay. An aquarium holds 25 gallons of water, has a volume of 3.375 cubic feet. Volume, or solve S equals 3.375 to find the length of one side of the aquarium. So we want to know just kind of one of these sides. So once again, I have my 3D shape. I'm going to draw it out here for you. Go a little quicker this time. Amazing three-dimensional shape. So we want to know, hey, maybe what's the height here, or just one of those sides. So I take my formula here and I start plugging in what I know. I know that the side length is what I need to find. I know it's to the third power. I know the volume equals the 3.375. It'll be this s to the third. How do I find out what number times itself 3 times will get me there? Well, I just take this calculator. A lot of calculator work here. Calculator is really going to help you out. So remember, with this particular calculator, you don't actually have to put the 3 first. You just hit shift, and then this button right here, and then you type in the number 3.375 right there. Hit enter or equals, and I get 1.5. So I know if I cube root each side, 1.5 will equal s, which is my side length. Don't forget your unit. What am I measuring here? It's cubic feet. So I would have s equals 1.5 and feet. And there you go. All right. Any questions you have, come to class tomorrow, and we'll go over more of this. Have a great night.